Cincinnati, you now have clearance. We're go for landing. Sterling Construction's X on TV is now on the air. Here's your host, Sasha.
Hey Cincinnati, welcome to another episode of Sterling Construction's X on TV. I'm here with Mr. Sterling himself and Don, and we're going to have a great show.
We've had a great season, you know, it just keeps getting better.
Oh, it keeps getting better, and tonight, I cannot believe who you have for us, Don.
Oh, it's amazing. I can't either, Sasha. Mr. Cincinnati himself, Jerry Springer, tonight on the X.
And he was actually here at the Horseshoe back in February, and I just can't wait to hear what he has to say.
It's going to be great.
And I'm going to talk to Stephanie here at Horseshoe Casino. She's going to give me a tour. We've got Amish Steve. He's going to be at Killcare. And then Sean, he's always filling our bellies with something good here in Cincinnati. So let's get right to it. Sterling Construction's X on TV.
Guys, welcome to another edition of X on TV. I am honored to be sitting here with Cincinnati's great Jerry Springer.
Well,
Jerry,
thanks for having me.
Oh,
I
not a
appreciate it.
problem. It's
Appreciate
great.
it.
We are so excited to have you. You've had such a great success here in Cincinnati and went on nationally to, of course, do the Jerry Springer show.
Well, I love Cincinnati. I mean, we were here for 30 years, and you know, this is always a special place to us.
And we were just talking about Norma Rashid. You had a wonderful relationship with her.
Sure,
on Channel 5.
she and I anchored at Channel 5 for 10 years.
Wow.
10 years. And I used to make up the news because it was a lot easier. You know, because otherwise you got to go out in the weather, and you know, so it'd be 11 o'clock. I say, okay, and I get up there and I just say things. No, we did the news for 10 years, and that's how it basically got my talk show. Because Multimedia, which owned Channel 5 at the time,
Sure.
also owned talk shows. Phil Donahue, Sally Jessor Raphael. And Phil was getting close to retirement, so one day they took me to lunch, and because we were pretty dominant in the ratings, and they said, we're starting a new show, you're going to host it. So I was assigned to it. I didn't audition, I didn't try out, I didn't beat anybody or whatever. Yes.
You did a film called Ringmaster, which
Yeah.
I still have a copy of. I love it.
I'd like to formally apologize. And,
It's funny.
yeah, it's more of a cult film. Yeah, we did that in '98, which is basically the behind the scenes.
Sure.
I mean, it's fiction, obviously, but it's a little bit of what happens behind the scenes at our show.
Wow.
And yeah, we made a movie out of it. The reason I got the lead was, if you're going to find someone to play Jerry Springer, I showed up, I said, hey, that's my name, can I try out? And they said, okay, and that's how it happened. I've basically been everything you can't respect. I mean, I started out as a lawyer, and then a politician, and then a journalist, and a talk show host. Once I sell used cars, I will have done the full cycle. And a lot of people
Actually did that job.
yeah. Well, a lot of people are praying for me, because if I get to heaven, everybody goes.
Jerry, tell us your favorite part of being mayor of Cincinnati. I know people just love you in Cincinnati.
Well, I don't know, but this is a great city, and you know, to get up every morning and to be involved in the running of a city,
Wow.
where you're involved in everything. And we had big issues back then, as they do today, but back then we were dealing with the transit system. We took over the bus company, and we're building health clinics and community centers in the various neighborhoods. And there were so many issues, and also indirectly got involved with school financing, for figuring out a way that we can help the school system by opening up our community centers or renting the schools as community centers, and that would give them income. We did a bunch of things like that, and it was just, I just loved it. It was such a great job. And you know, what I do now is fun,
Sure.
but it's crazy, it's nuts. When you're mayor of a city or when you're in politics, that's serious business.
Absolutely.
And so my passion is still there, even though I make my living, you know, doing my show.
And I have to say, you look phenomenal. You look like you're still in great shape. I mean, that's...
You get your eyes checked. I got more lines in my face than I do in my show, actually, because I don't say that much during the show.
We've got more of Don Sean's interview with Jerry Springer coming at you later in the show. But up next, I want to formally introduce you to Wildcat Chris Harris. You got to meet him last week, but my interview with him is coming up right now on the X. Check this guy out. I mean, I don't know if I'm cool enough to be standing here with him. This is Wildcat Chris Harris, professional wrestler, bringing us our new segment, Ringside, with Wildcat Chris Harris. This is awesome to meet you. We're so glad you're part of X on TV.
No, thank you so much for having me, and it's a pleasure standing here next to you as well.
This is so cool. Now, quickly tell our viewers, I gotta have like start to finish how you got into this, and I know we don't have like tons of time for a biography, but how did you get into wrestling?
I think just like a lot of people, I started off as a fan. Waking up Saturday mornings, watching wrestling. I became obsessed with it. I tried to do the proper right thing that we're taught to do, and spent 2 years in college, and I thought, you know, this feeling isn't going away. Mm-hmm. So if I'm gonna do this, I got to do it now. So I just pursued it. Had everybody tell me that I couldn't do it, which made me want to do it even more.
Yeah.
And I just pushed and pushed, and there was just no stopping me. Did my training, paid my dues for years.
You know, Chris, like a lot of our viewers, we're from Northern Kentucky, and I can remember growing up hearing your name and seeing those commercials of Wildcat Chris Harris at Peel's Palace, and I actually went to a couple of those, if you can believe it. So tell me about those days.
Oh, those commercials really got our blood boiling,
yeah.
got us excited. And yeah, Peel's Palace was just such a great place for us. It was a historic place for Kentucky wrestling, and which was a big territory in itself for professional wrestling. It's where a lot of the guys got their start. I got my start here. Abyss got his start here as well, and it kind of molded us and made us create the characters or the wrestlers that we became to take it to the next level.
And you and Abyss are friends, right? So he's going to be on our show.
I wouldn't call us friends.
Oh, well,
but,
okay.
No, the best thing is
but you can get him on our show.
I am going to bring Abyss on, and we are going to sit down, and you are going to hear straight from Abyss's mouth all about his career as well. But my first big success came, I signed with one of the big two companies, WCW. I had a contract with them for about a year. Actually, it was the last year they were in business. And then that was over. But then my highlight came when I was with TNA, and I was with the tag team with Cowboy James Storm, America's Most Wanted. Spent 7 great years there. I have a lot of great memories from that. I spent a year with the WWE.
Wow.
And kind of finished off there, and that's kind of where my career started dwindling down because the injuries do start piling up.
No, you're not an old man yet.
Oh, I'm getting there. So the injuries start piling up, and you know, you just kind of start looking for life after wrestling.
Well, what's really cool is it kind of all brought you back to this now.
It all goes full circle.
X on TV. Tell me about that. You're a professional athlete, so you're going to be talking to professional athletes here in the Tri-State.
That's the part I'm looking forward to most, is that now I get to share my experience with everyone else. I want to give you the insight of what I went through myself with professional wrestling, but it's not just going to be about wrestling, not just the training with wrestling or the bumps that we take. It's going to be about athletics all over, and especially when it comes to Cincinnati.
Yes.
We have all kinds of sports teams around here, the Cincinnati Bengals, the Reds, the Cyclones, Bearcats. I want to give you an insight to athletes in general.
Okay, so speaking of your segment, Ringside with Wildcat Chris Harris, we are here when you're going to do your first interview inside. Tell us where we are.
We are at Bone Crushers Pro Wrestling Training Center, where I got my start, where Abyss got his start. Wow. And what I'm excited about is I want to bring you inside. You're going to meet the guy that got me started, made me what I am today. He's the trainer here, he's the owner, he's the man.
Wow.
As far as we're concerned. Roger Ruffin. We're going to sit down with Roger Ruffin.
Yeah, we're going to give you an X, and you guys stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Clinton Fields with Sterling Construction, and this is the tip of the week. As fall is coming upon us, leaves are going to fall. The first thing that happens is your gutters are going to get clogged. When they start getting clogged, they're going to start to overflow. Now all that excess water is going to go down to your basement. If there's cracks, you're going to have leaks in your basement. Best thing you can do is keep these downspouts unclogged. That's where it all starts. So what I suggest is putting on some sort of gutter protection to keep all the debris out of your gutters. That was your tip of the week, brought to you by Sterling Construction.
Guys, guys, tonight I want to introduce you to Stephanie. We're here at the Horseshoe Casino. She's the Vice President of Hospitality, and you're way more than a casino. This place is awesome.
Yeah.
Tell me about the terrace bar right outside, brand new and just gorgeous.
Yeah, as you can see, there's a lot going on. So 4,000 square feet, rooftop bar, great plush seating, fire pits, we've got LED, larger than life lamps, we've got great bartenders, great drinks, great service, and an incredible view of the city.
Right, and I love Cincinnati, but I kind of feel like I'm in New York, LA. It has that whole vibe. I love it. It's awesome. But that's not the only bar the Horseshoe has. Take us down the escalator.
Let's go to the Rock Bar.
Right. Tell me about Rock Bar. You have all kinds of fun events.
Rock Bar, we've got a lot of fun stuff. So every day you're going to experience something, and now we're trying some new things. We've got trivia on Wednesdays. We're doing drag shows every month. We've got resident DJs, and that's just the beginning.
Oh my gosh. And then let's not forget the dining. Okay, you can come here. You can go to the casino. You can go to the bars, but you can load up on some good food.
Yeah, that's the great thing about this place is you can have so many different experiences under one roof with free parking. So you can go, you want casual dining, we've got a great buffet, we've got a pizza shop where there are wood-fired pizzas, we've got Bobby's Burgers, or if you want to do something upscale, we've got one of the best steakhouses in Cincinnati, a Japanese steak. Margaritaville, whole thing of its own, fantastic vibe, great entertainment, first Friday.
You're talking to us here on XL TV, telling us the details. The free parking is huge, so you don't have to come to play any games. You can come here, or we want you to come play.
Yes, we want you to play, yeah.
Including the great concerts. Thank you for bringing these big names to Cincinnati. Tell us who you had here.
Well, this last season we've had everything from Judas Priest, we've had Diana Ross, we've had The Killers, Ellie Goulding, Rozier,
Weezer, Alice in Chains.
Yes, there are so many.
It's amazing that you're bringing all this to Cincinnati.
And that's just what we have done. You have no idea what we're going to do.
I can't wait to hear what you're going to do, and hopefully you'll bring X on TV along. Thank you so much for being on our show tonight. Let's give the fans an X, and we'll be back to see you soon.
All right.
Hi, I'm Clinton Fields with Sterling Construction. I've been serving the tri-state for 22 years, and this home behind me is an example of what I can do for you. Sterling Construction replaced the siding, gutters, soffit, and fascia. So let us bring your home or business to life. Call us today for a free estimate or visit our website. Sterling Construction, creating the home of your dreams.
We are here, guys, at the Folk School Coffee Parlor. Jerry Springer does his podcast here live.
Every Tuesday night I fly into Cincinnati and come over the river to Ludlow, where we do it here at the Folk School Coffee Parlor. And it's called Tales, Tunes, and Tomfoolery. Wow. And I do it with Gene Galvin, who's been my best friend for 45 years. And Megan Hills, and the three of us, we tell stories, joke around a bit. Then I do a little political rant in the middle. Cool. And then the music. And the music, the reason we do it at the Folk School Music Parlor.
We've seen Jerry out here singing a little bit ago. We got some of that footage also.
Yeah, well, when I sing, people get involved because they have to guess where the notes were supposed to have been. And that, but the music, other than us clowning around here, the people that come in, they write their own music. And they're people from Appalachia, they're people from the coal mines. They come in and they write their songs about their lives. Wow. And they perform here. They bring their banjos, their fiddles, their guitars. And it is such a great feeling. So every show, we have original music. Sure. And it's a good time. People are here having coffee at the coffee parlor and then listening to the music. We do a little bit of politics. And we do a lot of joking around. So come and see us and listen. You go to jerryspringer.com, jerryspringer.com, and that gets you and then hit podcast. And you can, every week we've got some stories going on or something that's going on in the news. Good fun.
Well, Jerry, we want to thank you for taking time for X on TV. If you don't mind, just give us a quick X.
X on. Because when you watch my show, it's X.
Tell us a little bit. You guys are hosting Jerry Springer tonight.
We are, yeah.
Tell us a little bit why Jerry's here and what's going on here at the Folk School Coffee Parlor.
Well, that's sort of an interesting story. Gene Galvin, the executive producer, one of the executive producers for the Jerry Springer podcast, is a Ludlow native and still lives down here. He's started coming to our shows and visiting our coffee parlor on the regular for coffee and food and whatnot. And He and Jerry Springer have been good buddies since Jerry's radio days here in Cincinnati, and they have discussed a podcast for several months. And once Gene saw our place here, he thought this was just going to be the perfect marriage of the storytelling and the roots in Americana music, which they really want to feature. We have all kinds of great activities going on down here at the Folk School Coffee Parlor. We do traditional instrument lessons, banjo, guitar, mandolin, fiddle. You can come down, sign up for a workshop or an individual lesson. We have private shows about once a month, ticketed shows down here for only about 40 to 45 people. We serve all local products, Deeper Roots Coffee from Mount Healthy, wonderful friends of ours, Grateful Grams from Covington, Pie Bird pies, pot pies, and sweet pies, and the list goes on. So we have all sorts of activities going on down here 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday.
Guys, you got to stop down here at the Folk School Coffee Parlor. See Casey. This is a wonderful place. Casey, thanks for being on Exxon
My
TV,
pleasure.
The Life of Riley. We'll see you next time.
Yes, sir.
Have you liked our Facebook page yet? Well, I sure hope so, because we've got some exciting news for you. If you're an artist, entertainer, performer, we want you on the next episode of Exxon TV, and it's really easy. Just head over to the Facebook page, like the page, then submit your video, and who knows, you might be on the next Exxon TV.
Exxon TV is going to bring you behind the scenes to the iconic Celestial Steakhouse perched high atop Mount Adams. The greatest views in the city, but there's more. The chance to sit down with Steve Hill, the beverage manager here at the Celestial Steakhouse, and talk a little bit about what has changed over the last couple of years that makes this the true destination in Mount Adams. This is no longer your grandfather's steakhouse, right, Steve?
That's right. You know, we're bringing a lot of new energy to Mount Adams with some of the innovative cocktails, and Sean White, our executive chef here, is really pushing the menu and you know, bringing a new generation to the Hill.
And you also have live entertainment. Fridays and Saturdays are pretty wild here in this edition. We're in the bar now with the best view, but tell me about that live music.
Yeah, so basically every weekend we have live entertainment Fridays and Saturday nights. That's mixed generational entertainment. You get some new age, some old age, and we mix in a little bit of jazz as well.
When I know you're at home, you're comfortable behind the bar. You make amazing cocktails for all the guests that arrive here at the Celestial, and you're doing something a little innovative that really is a signature about how business gets done. This is a great place for entertainment, great place to bring, you know, a business partner, to have a meeting, and you do a lot of private parties too.
Yeah, we do a lot of weddings and things like that. Rehearsal dinners as well as receptions here, a lot of business meetings, and that's where I've come up with the signature cocktail, really embodies Cincinnati as a whole. We're looking right at Great American Ballpark right now, and my signature is the Uncle Carl, which is based off Carl Linder. It's named after him, kind of pay respects to him.
Absolutely,
and,
icon in this city.
That's correct, so it's going to be a perfect margarita served up, with a little bit of jalapeno and orange, and a little bit of red finish.
The Celestial Steakhouse here in Mount Adams is a fantastic place to bring a business meeting or even a date. America Online voted the Celestial Steakhouse the #3 date spot, most romantic in the whole nation.
That's right, Sean. We're more than just a view here. We're a place to bring a client or bring a date. We are often asked to participate in an engagement here.
Wow, and I know a lot of things are happening with your menu. The chef is going to show us some of the innovations that have really changed this from the iconic steakhouse that it's always been to something a little fresh and new.
Today we're going to do our halibut dish and our rack of lamb dish. Lamb is currently cooking, and I'm going to show you how to prep the accoutrement, so to speak.
As if we could do this at home, right? This is why you come to the Celestial. It's more than just a view. This is beauty on a plate as well. So, yes. Chef, I'm very excited what you're showing us today.
All right. Well, it's pretty simple once you get down to it. For the zucchini, it goes on the lamb, and you just simply cut it in half. Slice it on the bias. That's what we call when we cut it on. When we make a little diagonal cut, and you just go through it. Make sure the back stays connected.
You make that look so easy. And you have a lot of country club experience, and you brought that fine dining skill level right here to the Celestial. So I know you're making dishes that are a little different, out of the norm. So this lamb, tell me, what all are we putting on this lamb tonight?
My lamb, we use grilled zucchini, fingerling potatoes, and it's just a simple roast on the potatoes. You know, a little bit of herbs, a little bit of garlic. And what we do with it is we broil it in the broiler. Finish it off with an espresso crust.
Oh wow, that sounds amazing.
Put a little bit of herbs in there, a little bit of salt and pepper, a little touch of sugar.
Okay, what are we doing with the lemon? That's kind of unique for a lamb dish.
Oh, actually, this is part of the halibut dish.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So you're getting everything prepped up. Night after night, you're serving hundreds of guests.
Mm-hmm.
We've just finished off the lamb.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
Chef, I know you're going to put the finishing touches on there for us.
Yes. And you just want a little drizzle of the sauce. This is a Courant demi-glaze. Little microgreens right on the top there. Make it pretty. And that's our lamb. All right.
And Chef, next we have the beautiful halibut. I love that you handcrafted this risotto. The lemon zest, what a great secret to draw out the freshness of the seafood here.
Thank you.
This looks wonderful.
Thank you. This is one of the easiest preparations I've ever done as far as plating. Put your halibut on top. Microgreens there.
Beautiful.
And you're done.
Well, Chef, thank you so much. You make it look easy. I can't wait to try this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was extraordinary. Absolutely delicious. Lamb done a whole different way. And so, you know, it's going to be hard to compete with the views. If you're on a date here, if you're in a business meeting situation, it's going to be hard to capture their attention with all these breathtaking views. Am I right, Steve?
Oh yeah, I mean, we're more than just a view here. And fellas, you better bring your A game if you're coming here. It's hard to compete with this view.
That's right, that's right. The Celestial Steakhouse, it's truly a hidden gem. It's an icon here in the city. Make your reservation today because this is extraordinary.
Big thanks to Killcare Raceway for sponsoring X on TV. Amish Steve was there last weekend. He talked to some racers, and he's taking us there right now on the X. Horsepower on the X with Amish Steve, brought to you by Killcare Raceway.
Right here, it's Abby Smith from Horsepower Sales. You always hear us talking about Turbo Terry Smith. She gets the job done. I'll tell you what, knowledge, she's second to none. Any racer I would challenge her knowledge. And let's get to where you met old Turbo at.
Well, my dad, I grew up racing comp eliminator. Obviously started modified. And we run the national circuit, we follow NHRA. And I guess I was about 15 when I met Terry. And
well, that was only a few years ago.
Yeah, absolutely. But he was running Super Comp, and his name's Terry Smith. My father happens to be Terry
ironic.
Smith. Yeah. And we thought that there was a mistake, and that's how we ended up meeting and married a few years later, and been together for married 21 years last week.
And have two wonderful kids.
Yes, two
I know them
wonderful
both,
children.
and it doesn't get any better.
No, we're pretty blessed.
Fine job for you guys.
Thank you, thank you.
Legendary Fred Hurst from Hurst Racing here, and we got his beautiful car here and his young grandson here driving this machine.
First race I ever had was a 57 Chevy, then a 59 Pontiac, and then the 40 Willys, run E-gas with it, and a Barracuda, a 69 and a 70 Barracuda. And
you've had a few cars.
Yeah, and then an Opel GT with a Hemi in it. And then Jeff and I built, our first racer, Jeff built this one.
Right.
And he passed away 4 years ago, so.
Sorry to hear that, but hey, you'd probably be proud of what's happening, what's going on right now. And you got the grandson here with you.
He done a great job always.
And I want to tell the folks out here in the racing world all about you, and you look pretty young to me.
I'm 26.
26. The girls will be sending you emails and everything after this, I'm sure. But
I don't know about that.
We got some footage of you in the car going down the track here just a little while ago. Where are you sitting on the qualifying right now?
I think right now we're number 7. We had some problems first time trial. The motor actually stumbled a little bit, but we're going to fix that, and hopefully we'll be up there hopefully around 1 to number 3, something like that.
Yeah, that sounds good. Those are always good numbers to shoot for. How long you been behind the wheel?
I've been driving since I was about 16.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. It's awesome that you're with your grandfather. My grandfather passed away when I was 16, and he was my hero. So it's awesome to see you guys here doing this, keeping the family sport going and making it happen. Horsepower on the X is excited to have you as a part of it. Looking at this awesome machine that you have. How many cubic inches is this, or is that a secret?
It's 708 cubic inches.
It is a bad dude, man. Just looking at it, it's show quality.
We run a Power Glide transmission built by Mark Griffith, who is also a local racer. We ran a transmission specialties converter. It's a American race car chassis, 4-link with a swing arm shock. It's got a single shock, and just a great combination, really consistent.
Well, when you set out to build this car, did you set out to build something so beautiful, or did it just turn out that way?
No, I spent a lot of money and wanted a high caliber car. We've been racing for, I don't know, gosh, almost my whole life. My dad's raced ever since I was a little kid. I was a track brat. Grew up here at Killcare.
Man, I'll tell you, I have had such a day here at Killcare International Dragway. I've ran into so many people, and now I'm standing here with the one, the only, Ryan Jinks. A lot of you folks know him from the Gum Out team, and I'll let Ryan tell you what he does in just a second on the Gum Out team. But let's talk about what you do on your off day, because I see this wicked 68 Camaro, am I correct?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Well, you know, first guess, not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
I know a little bit about these old body cars. So tell me what's causing this with this car, man. This is gorgeous.
You know, honestly, this is the same car my dad used to drive back before I was ever a thought in his mind. You know, this is back in the 80s.
You've been here a while.
Oh, he has, yep. And then I grew up and he got me into junior drag racing. And I got out of that and I went to college and everything. But then we decided, you know, if he wanted me to race this car or his car, we had to redo it all. So we back halved it, 4-linked it, all new sheet metal. You know, made it as best as nice and as best as we could. It took us about 5 or 6 years, but you know, in the end, the way it looks is, you know,
it's a beautiful car, man. I know your pro team that you're out with. You're the truck driver. You're the cylinder head machine guy or cylinder head man guy. I guess the question for me is, what don't you do there?
Well, I don't drive it, obviously. I'm a little too wide, you know, in the hips, but you know, I just, like I said, I just do the heads. I pull ahead. I help out. You know, you try to help. It is a big team, so you know you got to help out where you can, and you know, all the credit goes to Doug Cook and Rob Flynn. Them two guys got, you know, trying to make this thing go on point, and Leah's obviously driving, and she's been doing a great job. So you know, hopefully we're knocking on the door from going some rounds. I hope, but. We just don't have any luck right now, which you know as well as I do in drag racing.
It happens.
I'd rather be lucky than good any day.
Yeah, I'll take luck. Yeah. Hey, I got to give you credit, man. This kept this car in the family, and it's awesome, man. Can we give the Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky and Indiana area an X?
Hey, what are you guys doing? Don't laugh at me. When you're the host of X on TV, you can eat whatever you want. I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. It was a great show, and next week it's going to get even better because I'm here at JD Legends, and I sat down with Warrant. Yes, I said it right, Warrant. They're going to be on the show. We've got Don introducing us to Chip Warner, who experienced Black Mass firsthand. We've got Steve taking us up to Harley Davidson. Sean's taking us to Tiki and Mount Adams. I mean, then we got Chris Harris taking us to Bone Crushers. It's going to be a great show. I hope to see you same time, same place, Friday night on the X.
Sterling Construction's X on TV thanks you for watching. Join us next Friday and every Friday as we shine the spotlight on you, the Tri-State.